Welcome back to the show, everybody. Chris Denman live in St. Louis Grand Center. The intern is just out of control. Joining us
DJing.
in Brooklyn, New York, we have Travis Terrell, live from a P.F. Chang's lobby.
Hi, Mia.
Hey, Travis.
Mia Jackson has spent more in-person time with Travis Terrell this week than anyone in the studio.
This is true.
Where was that at?
This is at the Comedy Cellar in New York.
Where all the important people hang out, like Travis Terrell.
Like Travis
Head
Terrell.
writer for HBO's Sesame Street. Watch him freak out. He's about to lose it. Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
You just...
Tanking it. Be sure to get tickets online at MetroTix for Mia's show tonight. We're doing it right up the streets in the beautiful Kransberg Arts Center studio. Some nods to Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. We'll have some music, some cocktails, free toasted ravioli, Mia, for everybody that gets there. Doors at 7, show at 8. Libby Higgins, Sarah Perry. You've been doing some press this morning.
I did.
You were running around with Tommy. You got bumped from the news because of the storms.
I know.
Welcome to the Midwest.
Right, the storms are more important than me.
Not in my heart.
Thank
And you have
you.
to say starm here.
Aw.
Travis,
Starm?
starm.
Wait, are you serious?
They pronounce it starm.
Let me hear Travis say it.
No.
No?
There's a
Travis.
storm outside.
It's the, oh,
See, that was good.
is that what everybody
We got out there,
says
there's
here?
a storm outside, there's a tornado coming around the man. Yeah,
Cut
get
his
back
mic.
inside.
Cut his mic.
Yeah, we could.
Get away from the storm.
A star?
So Mia came and headlined our Lou Fest redo show. She was supposed to perform in front of about 30,000 people at a music festival that got canceled here in St. Louis. Unprecedented, and still kind of feeling the effects of that. But you came here, you rocked out the show, packed house. Everybody loved it, and we're hoping to see some of those people tonight. What's been going on since we've seen you last in the fall? I know you were touring with Ms. Schumer a bit. You're performing all around New York. What's it like whenever the person headlining a stadium tour that you're doing taps out on the last few dates because they're having a child? That's very unique.
No, that's life.
Right.
You know, so no, it was cool. Like when she told us, we were like, oh my god.
Right.
And I felt very important because I knew before like it all got released.
knew
to the
before everybody?
public. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I mean, but I thought it was cool that she trusted us enough to go, hey, I want to let you know what's going on. So,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You've also have some news. I know you made the rounds with an Epic special. That was a big deal. And then in the fall, you've got a Comedy Central half hour coming out. Everybody, I got the Comedy Central half hour. Realistically, as a stand-up comic who's rocketing through the galaxy of stars these days,
All right.
what's a Comedy Central half hour special mean? And can Travis be a contributing writer?
What does it? I mean, well, it's already been written.
Travis,
by
sorry,
me.
buddy. He sent me a note. I pushed it in there.
I already wrote it and performed it. But no, it's a cool thing. It's a cool credit to have. It's a
Yeah.
cool thing to tell somebody, hey guys, I've done a half hour. I might be capable of doing a full hour. So yeah, but it's good for promotional, reasons. So I can, basically, the more credits you have, the more you can legitimize yourself with clubs and tell people, oh, hey guys, they saw me on this thing.
Right.
Or that thing. Yeah.
And you're headed to Springfield, Missouri this weekend to headline the Blue Room. You're taking Nathan Orton with you. That's going to be a hell of a time. Yeah. I'm excited for you. I feel like cashew chicken is on your horizon. Yeah, you got to get out there and do that. Yeah.
Did I tell you that I stole your recommendation to give to Todd Berry about that? About
What's
the
this?
cashew chicken?
No, what happened?
When he said, because we were talking at the cellar and he mentioned he was like, oh, I think I'm doing the place that you're doing. And I went, apparently, there's this important chicken.
Yes.
And he's like, what is this? And he's like, let me look it up. And he's like, that looks amazing. I was like, I don't have a reference for it, but
Right.
I heard it was great.
Yeah.
So I'm just lying. Like sure, go right ahead. Apparently
Perfect.
it was created there.
Okay. Yeah. No, they did, and it's a big deal there. Travis, what's your go-to here in St. Louis if somebody like me? Obviously, the toasted ravioli from Antonino's that you get at her show are number one. They're world-renowned. What are you telling somebody like that they get? Like Stacey Static was trying to get her to go to a few barbecue places yesterday. Mia ended up going to Pappy's.
Pappy's.
From the great Travis Terrell, where does Mia
Yeah.
eat and check something off the list today from your perfect list in St. Louis?
Well, I don't know if I'm capable of recommending a place that I trust sending Mia to, only because I don't like their grade maybe like C or lower, but it's really good. But you have to perform like tonight and throughout the weekend, so I don't want to get you sick. But I would recommend a chicken St. Paul from one of the local Chinese food restaurants.
Oh
Oh.
boy, he really, for years the term Chinese food restaurant has not been used by the black
That's
community
what I heard.
in St. Louis. Yeah,
You told me before what it was. What was the
how does
term?
it go, Travis? Travis, I think I'll say it wrong. You've been saying it your whole life.
I feel like this seems unacceptable.
Yeah.
Whatever you're about to say.
And I'm not going to say it.
Let me answer for Travis because this is how he wants to answer the question.
That's
Thank you,
fair,
Gardner.
Because I feel like Chris just put him on the spot.
It's almost,
you,
yeah.
you know whatever the name was is probably derogatory.
Generally, yeah, and has been
And
used
will
in
bring-
earnest for
and-
years.
I'm sure it has.
I'm
I
trying
rem-
to. I might be able to pull up some audio on that. I mean, I don't know,
I
Travis.
remember you mentioning it to me, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't want to say it because I don't want people in St. Louis mad at me.
Right, you want them happy at the show
Thank
tonight.
you.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm in the dark here, and I.
Stay there.
Let's
Yeah.
just do it offline.
We'll
I don't
stay
want
there.
to be responsible.
Yeah, leave it in the dark, Tommy.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Just this is not something you want to take into your generation.
No,
Okay.
not
No.
typically.
No,
Mia,
a St. Paul.
if you guys don't know Mia, Mia grew up in Georgia. That's why we like being around her. She has hometown sensibilities, but spending a ton of time in New York right now. We're unique because Travis videos in from New York every day. He's experiencing things. We're getting pictures. We're getting updates. I do find this interesting because I'm waiting for Travis to lose his left foot, not to diabetes, but to a rat in the on the walk to a subway.
Oh.
What's the worst thing you've experienced or been a part of on a subway car in New York?
That I've been a-
like it's legendary. Like Travis, you've only been there a little bit, and you've already seen just the best of humanity, right?
I actually have. Like, it's been a few occasions where I've seen people, like I said, I saw the guy with the electric razor on the train shaving his head.
Yeah.
And then
not
I
the
saw, I saw a rat drinking a 40, but, I've seen rats drink 40s before. So that wasn't too like, ooh, oh my God.
True.
Yeah, so that's pretty universal. But no, I think for me, like I said, the total surprise, I think I told Mia this, how everybody has been incredibly accommodating so far since I've been here. Like even in the subway, like people, they're minding their own business, but it isn't as if people are going out of the way to be incredibly weird.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah?
I would agree. Yeah. It's
There's just so much going on, it appears, right?
There's a lot. Like there's, the trained performers are pretty well known. It's what was it? One day I saw someone, and it actually reminded me of being at a really bad open mic because he jumped on the train car and he was like, "Hey everybody!" He's like, "I just want to, ladies and gentlemen," and nobody looked up, and then he puts his head down and he was like, "Man, y'all don't even like me, man. Man, y'all ain't even paying attention, man." And then he got off at the next stop, and I was dying.
I bet.
Oh, it was. Because nobody looked up at him, and he was just like me. I was just trying to tell some jokes. That's it. But y'all don't even. Man, all right.
Emotional.
Man, okay. He was-
Poor guy.
Yeah. Mhm.
Travis sent me this story, and I'd love to get Mia's reaction too. I'm just going to show you a snippet of the headline. It involves New York, and this was in the New York Times the other day. I think maybe even yesterday. But here is the headline. Rats
Oh,
are taking
no.
over New York City.
Oh no.
Gentrifying neighborhoods are a key reason behind the vermin outbreak, which extends beyond New York. Philadelphia, Chicago, and Los Angeles are also confronting issues. Rats are taking over New York City.
I feel like rats have always been there.
Yeah.
Like that's
it's their
kinda-
city. We're just living in
Yeah,
it, right?
Yeah, and I haven't surprisingly I haven't seen a lot of them, but I know that they're there, and I mean I have seen some in trash cans and that kind of thing.
So it's not so much that it's like the end of your life, but you just get a flash of like, oh,
Right,
Yeah.
you're like I don't want to walk that way, but then you don't have a choice because they're everywhere.
yeah.
One of my favorite stories though about New York is the boo of mine. He went there several years ago to do a photo shoot, and I remember he said that he was walking down the street. He said he was like, "Oh man, somebody abandoned some puppies over there by that sewer. And then
Oh,
he got
no.
close and was like, oh no.
Oh no!
He's
Oh
like,
no!
oh God.
Oh!
Just a little litter of puppies.
Oh! Oh!
I haven't seen a litter of them, but yeah, but
Oh, and big enough that they were moving. Oh man!
Have you
And
guys,
they had attacked a homeless man and were feasting on his carcass.
Probably.
Yeah.
have you guys seen Ratatouille?
no, I have not.
That's what this was reminding me of.
Okay.
Ratatouille is about a Italian kitchen. Is it Italian?
Yeah, the rat.
Yeah, let's
that's
break it
cooking.
down.
Paris.
It's
French.
A French kitchen, yes, that is run and operated by rats. It's
I
a
mean,
Pixar movie. It's real good.
Sounds
I've
gross.
heard about it, but I just you know what? I don't know. This is probably way before your time, but I don't know if do you remember the Muppets Take Manhattan?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
There was a scene I remember going to the movies with my parents, and my mom got so upset with the scene where the rats were skating on the butter in the pan, and they were just. You know, just having the time of their lives, and I just remember my mom just going, ugh, ugh. A rat puppet.
Just
upset
have it.
her.
Oh, Travis, can you
Yeah.
put in a complaint for Mia at the Sesame Street offices for that, Mr.
Yeah, that's right.
Henson
You can
Henson
tell-
Studios?
Yeah, tell them to delete that scene.
They're gonna remove it like they do
Delete.
cigarettes in all the old
Yes.
movies. Yeah,
Yes,
it's disgusting.
delete that scene.
They carry diseases. Oh,
Ugh,
goodness
just
gracious!
Strapping on butter like skates. Just.
I don't appreciate that one
Oh,
bit.
it was so gross.
Mia,
can we-
I did. Mia,
Sorry,
I did
go
want to ask Mia a question because I witnessed this the other night at the Comedy Cellar. I think it's really cool. It's like this pre-game ritual where the comedians they all get together, and I didn't want to eavesdrop, but I am very curious as to what are those conversations generally like? Are people testing out material? Are people just shooting the breeze? Are people just trying out jokes? It seems like that's a common thing I noticed at the Comedy Cellar is that a lot of comedians come through, and even if they're not performing,
Just
they're
hanging.
there either just talking about the craft or just talking about an upcoming set. What is that like?
Yeah, it's just a lot of that, just shooting the breeze and just kind of everybody sitting around chatting. And then I mean, the other night I told someone, I was like, yeah, I'm trying to work on this joke. You know, would you listen to it? You know, and yeah, but people are just talking, and a lot of it is just hey, what time is your spot? Or are you this your only spot tonight? Or okay,
How much networking goes on?
it's
Does a lot of networking take
That's
place?
that's
Yeah,
interesting to
it's
me.
a lot
Yeah,
of-
you
yeah.
can get a lot done because there's people with actual juice sitting at a table.
And it's, you know, like I remember somebody told me when I first started comedy, they said, you know, you'll get the most work from other comedians. And so, but it's just that kind of thing where I'll be sitting there and someone will say, hey, oh, I have a spot, or I run a show, or come do this show with me, you know, this place, or oh, do you want to come open for me on the road, like stuff like that. That'll happen.
Yeah, I find that to be interesting too. For as controlling as I don't know, I'm not picking on club owners or producers or anything like that. For as controlling as some parts they can be, the power is going to lie with the performer. Be like, hey, I have to hang out with this person all weekend. I get it
Yeah.
if you want your audience to feel a certain way, but I got to be around this person, and I'm going to bring my friend, or I'm going to recommend somebody. And
Yeah.
I always appreciate that.
Yeah.
Whenever you kind of see those things. Tommy, you just picked up a hosting gig, right?
Yeah, I'm hosting the May 29th through June 1st at the St. Louis Funny Bone
There it is.
for Rob Durham.
Rob Durham. Our friend TK Kelly's coming in from Los Angeles. He writes for Tosh.0. He's doing a guest spot that weekend. So.
TK, I don't know if you're watching, but I'm excited to meet you.
Oh, wow. I think he's probably not. That was very polite of you, though, Tommy. Great job on the press this morning, too.
I got up at 5 a.m. for 8 minutes.
Yeah, that was great. 2 segments of radio, though.
Yeah.
Mia's hurting today. I can tell.
Is the
Big
life-
run to Target last night.
Well, the Target run was necessary because I needed Lysol.
Yeah, there was a room discrepancy, and we've fixed that, Travis. So
Travis.
in case you were
Travis.
worried,
Travis.
apparently we
What
found
happened?
a deal
what
last
happened?
night. There was a discrepancy in what 3 stars means to some
You're right.
websites and then us. So
Your friend over here. You know,
Chris, where did you put Mia?
but you know, Lula, maybe we won't say the name, but do you know how sometimes you check into a place and you go, it's either haunted or drugs
Oh,
have been
no.
sold here,
Oh
or
no.
both of those things are happening at the same time. there are ghost drug
Chris,
dealers.
what did your ghetto ass do, man?
She said she thinks there were some stag films filmed there in the late 80s with traveling baseball teams
Oh
coming
yeah,
through to play the Cardinals.
I said I already know whoever was the best known person that played for the Cardinals back. Like there's no way they weren't taking people to this place and filming.
Jesus.
I mean, it's yeah.
The only reason I knew it was her hotel was because I drove up and it was a building with a white banner that just said the name of the hotel.
Again, we have a few discrepancies with what 3 stars means.
Yeah, and I like I said, there were no fleas as far as I
Which has happened to you on the road
which has
before.
happened to me, and that's why I don't trust to this day. I do not trust hotels. This is my rule. If it has a location and a city name in it, so like if you put me in a place, you were like, "Oh, you're gonna stay at the Southern St. Louis Inn," I'd be like, "No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. This is not going to happen.
You're
We
gonna
got-
stay at the Western." Yeah, no.
Right.
No.
Best Western.
Yeah.
No, no, not
Western
best, no.
Western Afton Suites
Yeah,
would
it's
not
something
work
that
out well.
no. If
Yeah.
I don't trust.
You don't
any,
trust local hotel dealers.
I don't anything that has a yeah.
Black Sheep thinks I couldn't resist a Groupon.
One time I jokingly said the name of the place that had the fleas, and I remember I was in a whole different city, and there was somebody that was in the audience, and they went, "Oh my God, we know that hotel. It is gross."
Oh no! Like it was like you were the last person to find out.
Yeah, but yeah, there was a legitimate flea in the room, and yeah, but this place it was just more of like cracked paint. I looked at the light switch. It was very dirty.
Yeah.
What else? I sprayed a Lysol the
Mia will
vents.
not be staying there ever again.
Yeah.
So we've got
I
that.
saw the
And we've
vents.
also
We
established
couldn't
too.
spring. We couldn't spring for the 4-star.
Oh, she's getting 4-star now, so we're there. We're there.
I'm about to say,
And-
can we fire Tommy? At least get her a 4-star. We
Yeah.
can't
What's
waste
the-
money
What
on
the?
people.
Hey, hold on. Stop. Why would you fire me? I don't even get paid.
That's fair. That's fair. He's paid in knowledge.
Well, something's happening because Mia don't deserve no 3-star. What the hell is wrong with y'all?
I agree.
right.
I agree. I apologize, and it'll never happen again.
Cut me
So
a
there you
check,
go.
then you can fire me.
Oh wow. Well, see, you've empowered
No,
him, Travis.
but I'm fine now. I mean, like I said, I feel like. I mean, I made sure all my bags stayed zipped up. and I slept with all the lights on. I'm not gonna.
No. Oh boy.
Did I ever tell you? I never told you about the hotel in Florida.
What happened in Florida? Was there an alligator in your
Ghost
bed?
story?
What's going on?
No. Oh my God. There was this place in Florida where my friend that was featuring for me, he had been there before, and he goes, "No, it's nice." And I know that man nice is different from woman nice. Like,
Right.
man,
Yeah.
man nice is like they got a bed, like that's
Yeah. Where it's like we only
door
get
closed,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
minimal knife attacks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you typically need. Well, this place, I don't wonder if I'll get in trouble if I say what it
I
said
think
on
you're
the
all
outs-
right.
Okay, so the outside of the hotel, it said, "This is the winter home of the Detroit Tigers," and I said, if they had a team in 1937, this is where they have not stayed here in any time in this city. I mean, at all. There's no way.
Right. Guys with the name like Lefty stayed in there, or
Yes,
like
right.
people
Right.
like
Phillips,
yeah.
come here, room 102.
Shorthand Magoo.
Yeah, exactly. A guy that was 185 pounds was their fat guy.
Yeah. And this place, so my friend, he's like, no, it's nice. And when we pulled up, we went and got our bags out, and there was a girl out front smoking a cigarette. And
Yeah,
she's
she
like,
was.
"Oh, you checking in?" And she said, "Oh, the rooms are not ready." And I
Oh
went,
no.
"Okay." And she said, "Just go hang out somewhere, and then you can come back." And we went, "All right." So then, you know how you just walk in a place and it feels damp?
Yeah.
Like that's, so when we walked in, they not only had, they didn't know they didn't know if we had reservations. And then I just kept going, I just don't feel right about being in this room. Like the bed is far too low to the ground. It wasn't like in a trendy way. It was in a, this bed's just been broken and left here.
Oh no.
You know, and so
No.
I kept telling him, I was like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna stay. I don't think I'm gonna stay. So we give the host the room, and then so he's just kind of giving me the
Yeah.
look like, fine, go ahead and stay in that, because it was a Holiday Inn Express that had just opened down the street. He's like, fine, go. I mean, if you want to spend the
hoity-toity
extra
Mia.
money in a Holiday Inn Express. And I went, okay. And he's like, I mean, sure, Mia, are you sure? And I went, oh, I'm positive. By midnight, they both called and they said, yeah, we'll be coming to the Holiday Inn Express.
They were attacked in their sleep.
They were sitting in a room hanging out. A roach jumped across the bed.
No.
Oh,
He moved the phone and he said it was just a cavalcade of roaches. Just
Mia.
and in the room that I had been in.
I want to clarify. This is in Florida. This was not
this is in
the
Florida. No, not where
subpar
I
place
was.
in St. Louis
No.
last night.
But he turned on the room where I was. He said he turned on the lights and
No.
said they were
No.
just everywhere. And they were like, oh my God, you
Oh,
were so
hell
right.
no.
And I said, I know I was right.
That is too much,
I know I
man.
was right.
I can't deal with that.
It's that feeling you described too.
Yeah.
With the dampness.
Yes.
That is just so uncomfortable.
Yes. You're like, I can't sleep here. Not in peace.
No.
Why do I feel like I just got out of the shower?
Yeah. Yeah. No one wants the, yeah.
Listener Black Sheep once got a hotel near the airport, had an early fight, asked the lady at the front desk if they let people leave their cars there. She laughed and said, you can. Good luck. That's the worst. If you're just like, wait, why didn't somebody mention that to me? We've got Make It Racist coming up. I actually want to do that with Mia and Travis. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Make it racist?
Yeah, Travis, do you think Mia would be a good participant in said game that you can show off your skills?
Mia, Make It Racist is my way of letting the white liberals know that they're not as woke as they think they are.
Okay.
I'm with that. Go on.
All right.
Go
We'll
on.
we'll break it down
So,
for
yeah,
you.
I'm gonna teach
you'll
somebody
definitely get
today.
it.
We are. Before we tell you
Amen.
about Make It Racist, I'll remind you that Getaway Carts, getawaycarts.com sponsors us. Check out their website, getawaycarts.com. They've got golf carts for sale, all the neighborhoods in St. Louis. You love driving through them. If you're needing a new cart, you hit up getawaycarts.com. Say hello to Joe and the guys at Getaway Carts and online at getawaycarts.com. You want to do some Make It Racist, Travis?
Let's make it racist.
So this is very simple.
All
Was
right.
that your open?
Yeah, usually you're so much
Or
more
is that
energetic.
there's no
Can I
I
redo
forget
it
that
for
this
him?
one doesn't have music.
Oh.
Yeah, can you do it, Tommy? Go, Tommy.
It's time for Make It Racist.
Wow,
That's not
interns crushing it.
Nice.
Better?
So what we do,
Powerful.
All right,
we
hold on.
throw out topics.
That's good.
Am
No,
I gonna play
solid.
the open?
Yes, I'd love that, but we throw out topics, and there's just no way Travis could possibly make them racist.
Okay.
He does that, and we see what happens. I don't think he can get it done. Gardner, hit it.
Oh, now we're hitting it. Okay. What the hell's going on here today?
This is a
I'm addressing the white elephant.
Get it
in the
together,
room
guys.
and breaking down the barriers of race by assimilation.
I wouldn't mind have black neighbors.
That is racist as hell. It's raining little white women. My prayers have been answered.
Black women have the nicest asses.
taken out of context.
thing a white man has ever whited in his life.
You do not have to say African American, just say black.
Oh, well, in that case, you know what word I miss? Colored.
Don't let the liberal media tell you how to think and feel. If you have hate in your heart, let it out.
I'm racist as hell. That's deserved.
Guys, it's been a long week. It's time to cut loose. Really shine the light on the roaches of society.
Ew.
Yep, that's right. Travis Terrell, you're in Brooklyn, New York. You can't possibly make the Brooklyn Nets racist. There's no way. It's not possible. It's an NBA team owned by, formerly by a rap mogul. There's no way. The Brooklyn Nets make it racist.
It was actually owned by a shady Russian businessman. And we know specifically because of the Mueller report that the Russians tried to infiltrate the urban community during the 2016 election to influence the outcome. So vis-a-vis, the Brooklyn Nets are racist as hell.
Wow, he did that. Did you see? Wow, look, he just did a pose. He's so proud of himself. Tommy, you have a topic for Travis to make racist?
Oh, I'm on the spot. All right, Marvel Comics.
Marvel Comics. Black Panther was huge. Hey, Mia says it's easy. You feel free to chime in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. Trav, what do you got? Mia,
Get
can
him,
follow
Mia.
up.
Get him, Mia. Get him.
You can't make Marvel Comics racist. They played all kinds of black superheroes. There's all kinds of
All kinds.
Get
All-
his
all
ass.
hero- all
Yeah,
heroes-
get his ass.
All heroes matter. All
oh,
heroes matter.
Oh
Okay.
no, don't you?
Don't forget
no,
that.
We're
You don't think so? That's not a good.
and you would say that so close to Ferguson. All right.
It's messed up. No, don't. No.
Chris
That
Demon
is racist as hell.
Oh, whoa! This is Marvel Comics.
Okay, so there's Black Panther
Yeah.
and
And his sister and cousin and
we know
neighbor.
That, we know
and-
that in the original comics, at one point they tried to call him Black Leopard, briefly.
Okay.
Okay. And I guess that was due to, I think it was due to, because I know there's some confusion over what started first, the Black Panther Party or the
comic.
comics, if
Okay.
they inspired each other. But I think if they switched his name to Black Leopard, it was probably because they did not want to be associated with the Black Panther Party, which, by the way, was actually pretty helpful to the black community. But what was it?
Vilified.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Black Panther Party is part of the reason. I think wasn't that the reason that the some gun laws or something were changed as a result of the Black Panther Party. Also, let's see how many. No, it's just.
She did a dissertation on this.
Let's
bad
see what
choice.
else. So we know that Falcon does have the Captain America mantle at one point.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Wouldn't even let him do his own thing. Wouldn't even let him do his own thing.
Or did they not?
I mean, if he's got to become Captain America, it couldn't be Captain
He
Falcon.
couldn't be Captain Falcon because you know what? They won't let a black man be Captain America.
Damn.
Oh.
I'd say Marvel Comics.
That is racist as hell.
Jeez.
So what else do I need to say?
I was gonna say, wow.
Can we
I'm about to
also
say,
talk about-
Captain America was telling Falcon to sit in the back of the plane.
Oh, come on. You're gonna put that on Steve? Damn.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know, but would
What was your other point?
Chris Evans have done that too?
Oh,
No,
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
Chris Evans is a
He likes
fair
to
man.
get those
I
points
feel
on
like
Twitter.
Cap is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's putting it out there.
let's see, what's the other point? Well, I mean, let's talk about the Black Panther movie. I feel like they briefly tried to make, I forget the character's name, the one who I was like, are they going to try to make him a white savior in this film? Because we're not going to do that.
Martin
But they did a
Freeman?
good job of not doing
You
it.
talking about
What's
Frodo?
Martin
Yes,
Freeman.
yes.
Martin
yeah.
Freeman.
Fucking Bilbo.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
did a good job of keeping him where he needed to be in the context of Black Panther.
Okay, but you felt it
Amen.
coming along. Wow, man, Travis, you're just enjoying the ride. This is just a very calm thing. Travis is like, yeah, I've been telling you this for 4 years.
So Marvel I mean, even though we'll give Stan Lee credit though. I mean, he did try his very best to because I know what was it X-Men was the allegory for Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
Wow.
Whatever rights needed to
Yeah.
be.
That makes
so
sense.
we'll give him. So he'll get some credit.
You'll be polite enough.
Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Excelsior.
That's
Yeah.
right. Mr. Terrell, you can't make dessert racist. I know you're a big fan of it. You eat it on a daily basis. No making dessert racist. That's not happening. No, there's no way.
Yeah, you can.
Uh-uh.
I want to get involved in this one too.
What do you got, Trav?
All right.
All that damn sweets, all that damn sugar. Then it gets into our hearts and clog it up and then just be killing us at the age of 39 years old. Desserts were designed to take out athletic African-American men in our community, preventing them from putting up a fight when the white race tries to take over. There's no doubt that desserts
The sugar.
are racist as hell.
Oh, my God.
That is racist as hell.
It is. And
Damn
let's-
it.
And can we talk about pumpkin pie versus sweet potato pie?
Get 'em.
I didn't think
let's
there'd be
talk
an
about-
assault on
Yes.
pumpkin pie today. I don't
There
appreciate
should
that one bit.
absolutely be an assault on pumpkin
Oh,
pie.
no. Oh, no.
Ugh.
Gardner, you eat desserts 3 or 4 times a day. How do you feel about this?
Well, they're targeting me, I think, as well then. And I take the bait. I definitely take the bait. Normally at the end of the day, it's, okay, am I going to get frozen custard? Or am I going to go up to Whole Foods and get a chantilly cake? Which one am I going to do? Because the little cheesy cream they put in the cake with the fruit attached in the icing.
Cream.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a good point.
it's not black
I see-
cream. It's not black cream.
That That is racist as hell.
Look at Travis's phone.
I
Says-
like blizzards.
Yeah, Tommy.
I like
Wait,
Tommy
did I
too.
spell deserts?
You
Did I
did.
spell
Hey,
desserts
hey,
correctly?
Yeah,
So let's talk about
deserts are
our
racist.
deserts racist.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. Travis, make deserts racist. Yeah, Travis typed up a thing on his phone. I'd like to remind everyone that Travis has claimed to be a big-time professional writer on many levels this week.
Desserts and deserts. But let's talk. Deserts are racist.
Okay, how are they
Deserts
racist?
are racist.
How, Travis?
Deserts are racist because deserts don't have water. You need water for Kool-Aid. Black people drink Kool-Aid. Deserts are racist as hell.
Man,
Oh,
I feel like
that's
I'm
good.
taking a beating today.
That is racist as hell.
You can't make cheese curds racist.
Cheese curds are in Canada, aren't they?
I think
is very
Wisconsin.
racist.
Thank you.
Wisconsin.
Thank
I
you.
don't know.
Yeah, Canada South.
And Wisconsin
Canada
is a made-up white state. That's racist as hell.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Wisconsin stands for white in Wisconsin.
Oh, my goodness. Is that right?
Mm.
I didn't think I'd learn anything today, and I just did.
Yeah.
Damn it. Gardner, Tommy, we're getting handed it
cut
today.
We are getting it. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got,
what else?
man.
I got one.
All right.
Travis,
Okay.
tornado sirens.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Those save lives.
That's right.
But in what neighborhood?
Why there ain't no black tornado sirens?
What?
Ever think about that?
How would they
That
sound?
doesn't make sense.
How would they sound?
Hey, y'all, get up!
Mia seems to think there aren't sirens in black neighborhoods.
I think it's systemically by the man,
Uh-huh.
and they've given out earplugs in black neighborhoods.
They wouldn't.
They would. I don't know that to be true. I am.
I would
lying
know you
about that
claim.
part.
No, hold on to it. Just run with it. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, seeing it
black-
myself.
Black neighborhoods get, and whenever we are allowed to get approved by the bank to move into a home, they come with. Look
Get
at what I'm
'em.
talking about. Am I talking about systemic? Am I talking about redlining? Am I?
Oh boy. Oh
Am I
no.
talking
She
to-
brought up redlining.
I am.
Oh boy.
So when black people get approved for loans, when you sign the paperwork, you get
Earplugs.
earplugs.
As a requirement.
All the homes are also
Travis has typed another note.
sound, a lot that
Oh,
come in-
soundproofing.
Tornadoes be
Mhm.
racist.
And then, so therefore, when the sirens come, we don't hear them.
Oh my
Hence,
goodness.
All you got to do is look at some footage of who they talk to after tornadoes. Do you ever see black people talking? No, you do not.
Show
is racist
don't.
as hell.
That's a good point.
I don't
That's a
care
good
for this
point.
one bit. I've been threatening Travis with Mia replacing him for the last year, and now I think it's pretty evident it's going to be the Mia and Travis We Are Live extravaganza. My God.
I need to point something out. Travis, do you still have that note on your phone? Tornado be racist. Not tornadoes, just like one.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's just
Well,
one.
there's one
It just usually be
coming.
one.
Okay, never mind.
I don't like grouping people like that, so I specifically pick individual tornadoes.
The black sheep, maybe if there were black sirens, they would have been loud enough for me to hear as a tornado crushed around my neighborhood. I'm racist as hell. Wow, the black sheep calling himself.
I'm glad Back Chief knows it.
He's
I'm
a
glad he
listener.
realizes
And
it now.
he said if it was loud,
He said he would have known. Yeah.
Wait
You
a-
want to hit it?
Hey Travis, I wanted
I'm a
to
black sheep.
maybe if we used you like as the voice of the black community in St. Louis as a siren to alert your community. Would that work? Is it something that, maybe it catches their ear because it's your voice is something that like something
A
like this.
trusted voice.
Like just for example, what if we made this the tornado siren, let's say in St. Louis City and St. Louis County? Here you go right here.
Remember, but before that.
I'm a scat man.
People out in the street.
Hey, man.
So maybe that.
Maybe that is our new tornado siren for black neighborhoods in
it's a
throughout
lot-
the U.S.
It's a lot more entertaining than take shelter immediately.
Those are the worst. Those are the worst. Yeah. I don't care for that one bit. We've got more
I'm
comments.
surprised people in mid-Missouri didn't go outside and start shooting at the black tornado.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, it's coming. Don't
He
take my
approached me
daughters.
aggressively. The tornado.
I
He had a
felt
real.
threatened.
He had a real bad look in his eye. Oh my gosh.
There was
He smoked marijuana before he came to the neighborhood.
I don't know what city it was in Kansas, but their police department put out, it was like either yesterday, I think it was 2 days ago
Oh,
maybe.
no. This is
Their
real,
police
isn't it?
department put out an alert on Twitter to tell people to stop shooting at the tornadoes.
Oh, no.
Why? I just.
Scientifically, that's a bad idea because you shoot the bullet into the tornado. This is true. This isn't made up. You shoot the bullet into the tornado, and when it spins, it throws the bullet back. And
Correct.
it just hits whatever in its path.
Well, if one more Japanese family shoots into a tornado, I'm going to lose it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
need to
Whoa,
get their
whoa,
culture
whoa.
together. They need to get it together.
Where did that come from?
You didn't read about that? There's all
No.
kinds of Japanese people
What
just
was-
firing guns into the air all the
I
time.
feel like you were just.
Okay,
making up-
maybe
You
it's
have
the
that-
whites.
Do you have
All right.
that button?
Maybe it's
No,
the
I
whites.
feel like that was what you did. That was deflection.
Hey, Chris.
It was deflection.
Hey, Chris, you know what that is?
That is racist as hell.
Actually, it was complimentary because none of you could fathom a Japanese family that lived in Kansas shooting into a tornado.
No.
Swings back around, much as the bullet would in the tornado. Self-deprecating white humor.
That is racist as hell.
Come on! From our guy Steve, I'm digging the little lad on the left. I'm digging his vibe. I don't know. He likes all the stuff you're talking about,
called you a lad.
and he says he's also into Joe Biden's little friend over there.
What?
He's into you.
Hi.
Joe Biden's little. What did I miss?
I guess you're Joe Biden's little
I think
friend.
you're Joe Biden's little friend.
I don't think so. I think
right.
Joe Biden had put a little nibble on your ear and rubbed those shoulders, mister.
I'm very tense.
This is getting weird. He says you're wrong about the bullet in the tornado, but you're still very cute. Okay. So now we know. So we've made it racist, everybody, and I can tell you about Tommy Bannister, Circa Properties. We have a realtor sponsor, Mia. You looking for a house in St. Louis? You gonna move here full time?
No.
Huh? Yeah? No? You wanna do it? Tommy Bannister, Circa Properties. Gardner and his emoji are friends if you look at the screen. Hey, hello, Tommy. Check out Tommy Bannister from Circa Properties. Be sure to support him because he supports us. We've got Fair or Foul today. We're going to give away 2 free tickets to the marvelous Mrs. Mia, who sits to my left this evening. Headlining comedy show, free toasted ravioli for all of those attending. We've got a couple tickets left, so we're going to give 2 of them to the winner today. The topic, calling local television stations to complain about severe weather coverage interrupting your TV show. Do you know that's a thing?
I
Those
believe
poor
it.
news people are out there busting their ass,
Keeping you safe.
showing everybody, hey, don't drive this way. And they're on there saying, Days of Our Lives is on and it's interrupted. They don't care for it. And it's
That is
a
just
very disturbing
ridiculous.
moment.
But
They
nothing
canceled the
surprised me.
NCIS finale.
Oh, no, because
Yeah.
of weather.
Yeah, they said, but they said that we'll put it on KMOV online, and you can go watch it online. But the demographic for people who watch NCIS, they don't use the internet.
No.
They're like my grandmother.
They're not going to be able to
Well,
access it.
And that's why there's a classic phone call I always reference that it happened in Texas where it was someone upset about Criminal Minds.
Oh,
So-
I would call over Criminal Minds.
You would?
I would call over
It's a
Criminal
solid
Minds.
show.
I enjoy Criminal Minds greatly.
That's how my mom fell in love with Shamar Moore.
Really?
Again,
I prefer
Dad does
Reed.
not look like Shamar Moore. Who do you prefer?
Reed, Matthew Big Goobler.
Oh, go figure.
What?
Look at you.
All right. I don't know
He's
what that means.
adorable. Matthew Gray, he's adorable.
Exactly.
He certainly is. Travis, what do you have on the docket for tonight? What's on the big New York schedule of yours for this evening as Mia has taken your spot here in St. Louis and you get to enjoy sunny New York on a Thursday?
I may get out and head to the Paley Center. I know, I think I mentioned this earlier this week. They have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle exhibit that I really wanted to check out. So I may go do that. But I have an important writing deadline that I definitely need to meet, and that's due in a few days. So I'll probably be in the house for most of the afternoon, and if time allows, I'll head out and take a tour more of Brooklyn. There's so much more Brooklyn I still haven't seen. So I may get out and catch a couple comedy shows. I may even check out maybe a little hipster bar that I guess that's what Gardner calls them. So yeah, I may go do that. So we'll see.
Any suggestions for Travis while he's walking around, Mia?
What he
Any-
can do? No, I don't, because I don't do anything other
Yeah,
than
you're just there to work.
I just go to shows and I go back in.
Basically.
And I order from Uber Eats. And
Yeah.
I complain about DoorDash
Oh, okay.
a lot.
Well, why do you complain?
Because
Mia, you're close to this. I do want to get your thoughts on this, Mia. Like you're close to it, of course. You're doing very well touring. You're one of the hotter comedians going, of course. What are you getting as far as feedback from studios, networks, the more comedians of color getting that opportunity to display more of their content? Is there that appetite, at least that you're seeing? You, of course, have been close to Amy Schumer. Are people looking for writers that look like you that are,
now,
you know?
Travis,
Why are you
you
laughing
know.
like that? Are we witnessing some inside discussion here? Like, what's happening?
No, well, this is the thing. It's yeah, I mean, because there are initiatives. There are initiatives that say we want writers of, because people are, moving from the term of diversity to inclusion. We want to include. So there are a lot of diversity inclusion initiatives, that different networks have, but still lots of things are very overwhelmingly white. I mean, that's just kind of how it is for the most part. I mean, it's still very much, it's still hard to try to break in with certain things, because there's sometimes I feel like there's still a couple of extra hurdles that writers of color, women, have to kind of break through, because it just traditionally hasn't been a world that included different voices. So, I mean, I think people are coming around, but is there an appetite for it? I think people say there is, but I still think the type of, I still think the content that they want is still very much viewed through the lens of what, and I'm only saying this because you all are white. No, but like of what white people are used to. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I think
you know what I'm
it
saying?
comes
Like,
down to a numbers thing a lot too. If you have people that, I mean, if you just literally look at the percentages of people who are going to consume your stuff, like, I'm not saying that's awesome to hear, especially for super talented people.
No,
It's
but it's
now
just
if
the
you start
truth.
seeing, like if they're trying to hone your craft into this one type of thing, I could see that being extremely frustrating, because you're just like, I can't write about that. I don't know what you're talking about here.
Yeah, because I've had experiences before where I remember one time I got approached about being, it was like somebody's best friend on a reality show, and I didn't know the guy in real life, but they wanted me to be his best friend. And then the person who was from the network, or was trying to pitch the show, she kept talking to me going, what do you like? What do you like as a person? And I was like, I'm just kind of here. You know,
I exist.
I said, I'm kind of chill and I'm kind of laid back. And she legitimately out of her mouth was like, so you don't have an attitude?
Oh,
and I was
no.
like, well, I'm about to get one now, because that's
Right.
the thing. So it's still hard to fight. Like,
Oh, wow.
spaces are being open. You still have to fight that extra hurdle, because people still expect, like, oh, well, because what I've seen of people of color is this thing, so are you sounding like that thing? Are you that thing? But it's still, so it's just, I think it's kind of hard.
That would be
sometimes
super annoying.
It is. I mean, it's. I mean, just the things that people are like, don't you want to spice this up a little? And I'm like, no, that was all the spice that I
wow.
had. I don't have any more spice. Like that, we've reached spice limits.
We're
That's it.
spiced out.
Yeah. So there's still that. I mean, people are trying, but it's still fighting the just preconceived notions. Like, I legitimately also had a conversation with someone about industry stuff where they said to me, well, don't you think that with black comics that, like, you saying that like BET or being on BET was, and he just said it was a horrible, very bad argument, and I just said, this it doesn't make sense, and I was like, two, he's but that's the thing though, but why do you think a network like BET was created? And I was like, oh, are we gonna have that conversation today?
Oh,
And I
boy.
said, are we gonna have this one? So sometimes
Yikes.
so you're still fighting against people that think that way, as opposed to people who are like, no, I really do want to hear a unique, interesting perspective. Like, I want to hear what your experience is like, because I also think people in the industry don't believe that there are nuanced experiences for people of color, because people always kind of feel like, well, you're a black woman, so if you're a black woman, you should be like this. And I'm like, well, but I'm also a black woman who does not like this thing or that thing. So
Like I said, being
you should expect that this experience is just as authentic as this one over here, but sometimes people don't think that.
I think whether it's business or comedy or entertainment, that's one of the more interesting things I take note of in people that, in my head, made it. You have 1 million credits. You got a half-hour special coming out on Comedy Central in the fall. You've been in literally movies, TV shows, all these things, and you're still on your way up. And it's interesting to me to hear people like yourself still have seemingly that you would consider like those are low level problems. We're not going to deal with it. Like these are smart. You know what I mean when I say that? Where it's like, oh well, certainly it's about the content and about the drive and all this stuff now. And then dealing with those kind of people too. And you've shared a few things with me that I just find to be super interesting. Is a very nice way to
I
put
still
it.
have to fight to like if I headline a comedy club. Sometimes like there's still a legitimacy factor that I have to deal with that that some people just don't. Like I've gone to clubs before and there will be black people who come that say, "Oh, we came just because we never see black people on the schedule here." And then more often than not, it's usually and then women like white women will go, "Oh, we came because it was a woman. Like we were just so happy to see a woman on the schedule." But then it'll be I talk to white men and they'll go, "You were actually funny. You were surprisingly funny." And I go, "Oh, so me being the headliner on the schedule wasn't enough." And then they'll go, "Oh, and actually before I bought the tickets, I went to watch your videos first to decide if I was going to buy the ticket." And I know that they're not doing that when they see men on the, it's like, "Oh, there's okay, yeah, well, of course I'm coming this week." But yeah, so it's still extra things you have to fight through.
It's like people are trying to open the door, but there's baggage in front of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, you're fighting the great fight. Quick reminder again. Come see Mia tonight with 2 other extremely funny women. Maybe a 4th. We're gonna get a host involved. Do you want to do that? You want to ask one of those talented ladies?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Let's
We'll let you pick somebody.
We'll have
a
a
host.
We'll
Yeah.
have somebody that'll
And
keep
Mia,
things
encourage
going.
Chris. And Mia, encourage Chris to do 5 minutes.
You know what? Chris doesn't want to listen. First of all, that's the thing. Chris,
Wait, hey, real quick, you two counsel me. What's my next 2 years on the Mia and Travis people of color that have accepted white guy plan? What are we doing?
I feel like what you just said was racist.
Not at all.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you.
saying
Get his ass
I'm
in
proud
here.
to
Get
be
him,
part of the team. I'm proud to be part of the team. No!
No, just
That is racist as hell.
Come on!
no. Just if you're gonna do 5 minutes, you need to write those 5 minutes.
In the next 2 years.
And like I said, I'll write it for you if you want.
You would do that for me?
I would.
You've opened for comics like twice. It's super impressive.
Almost 3 times this week.
Listen to that passive aggressiveness. Listen to
why
it.
won't you
Listen
do
to
it?
it. It's
I can do it. That's fine.
Good.
Twice,
We
and
can
one
do
of
it.
them was one he put me on.
Right, exactly. I'm trying to build your career. What's that? If you want to do something, you gotta absolutely.
You
but
have to do
you gotta just go out and do it, and you gotta be available 6 nights a week to grind it out and be amazing, and then travel and do all these things.
And
You
then
can't
listen
just
to your
suck.
set. You have to listen
gotta-
to it. You have to transcribe it. You have to write it out.
Yeah, we've got a lot of respect for the art form. If you just want me to go up and crush a room for 5 minutes, travel, I'll do that in my sleep, bro. It's no big deal. It's not
No,
a
you
big
won't.
thing. I'm funny at the office. People like me.
Man, you sound like... never mind.
No, I'm not frozen either.
Okay,
so
yeah,
no,
you're not
it's-
frozen. I just wanted to check on that.
Get it together.
Okay, so that's Mia's plan for me. Get it together. Real quick, Triangle Assassin has a question. What about the fact that there's a movie coming out about a radio host who gives people advice and
Yep.
teaches us all about black people?
Oh,
Did you see LaQuisha's
You know
trailer?
what? I thought who was it that had it? I think was it Patton Oswalt that had a tweet about it where he said this can't be real. He was
Oh, I
"This
thought it was
can't-
fake. Yeah, I
can't-"
thought it was a
like there's
gag.
no way that's a real movie, but I think it's a real movie.
That's
Yeah.
a real movie for
Yeah.
sure.
And
It's
that-
available on Amazon right now.
Is it really?
Is it? No, it's not.
Yeah, he apparently because of the blowback decided to release it on Amazon, whatever the streaming platform you can go
Prime?
to right now.
Or the.
I think you can do it with
And
Prime.
that's
Yeah,
the key.
Prime.
All right, now let me ask you a question because we've talked about this on the show, and I want to allow Mia to opine as well. Real quick though, because I have that. Can I go and watch it to kind of pick it apart, or is that should I not even? Am I not supposed to click on it at all? What's the rule?
I'm gonna watch it for research.
That's what I'm asking, but
Travis
I don't.
would tell you, put everybody in a bucket and bury them
Okay.
50 feet
Am I allowed to
underground.
click on it or not? Is what all I need to know.
If you want to, I mean,
Depends on if it's free or not.
I'm not trying to watch it for entertainment. I'm trying to watch it to
To see
look
if it's
for
real.
content, to maybe pick apart some things. But
guess if
I,
it's for-
I don't. I'm not gonna. I don't want to get in trouble.
You
That's
can
all.
enjoy it. That's all. You can't chuckle.
Mia said, "Don't you dare try to laugh."
Because it just it's
Stone
such a
face.
and that voice, the voice sounds so bad. Like it sounds so
Holy.
so bad.
Like when you were telling your story of like the executive saying to you, well, you know, spice this up a little bit, or do you have an attitude?
Only hot girls wear dresses
like,
on stage. Mia.
like it's the first thing I thought of was this, and I'm like, oh God, this is just now
Yeah,
you can
that's-
see why this is an issue even more.
Yeah, it's and that's the thing. Like it's also another. I don't know, being all serious Mia today, but it's also that thing of people where they say people will use the idea of a black woman as entertainment, and it's really, I mean, to me, it's a very dehumanizing thing too, to be like, all I have to do is be a sassy black lady and my career changes. But if you were an actual real sassy black lady, you won't even get that opportunity in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even get to be on, like, it does, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even, like, let me go try to be on a radio show right now, and they'd be like, okay, like, I'm gonna get a lot of barriers. There's gonna be a lot of barriers to entry for me. It'll be, well, what's your experience? What do you, well, can you actually, are you capable of doing this thing? Are you,
Right.
are you, blah, blah, blah. You know, it'll be a whole, but it's, so that's what, so it's just a very, it's just a really uncomfortable thing that he's like, oh, that's all I gotta do is pretend to be a black lady and career's gonna change. Like, no,
And that's
like,
fixed.
that's not how this works.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's a very, and it's a, and but for someone to even think like, I'm gonna write this story and this is gonna.
You
make
think that just shows they don't get it?
It just they don't get it. Yeah.
We do need to put this out there for journalistic integrity. Mia was passed up for a role in the film. She's got a little bit of an emotional.
Please,
She's very
don't you-
angry with
don't you
the
put
casting
that-
director, and
gross.
she's been unfairly negative,
Ugh.
if I could say so myself.
Don't you even start a rumor that I was about
She
to
was
be
up for
involved.
whimsical friend number 3, and it didn't work out. So
Gross.
That is racist as hell.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
let's
Thank
finish up
you.
the show with some fair or foul. Mia is going to do Mental Health Matters later today. That is St. Louis Counseling Services podcast. They record it right here. They talk about mental health. They break down stigma, and we're really excited to have Mia on there. Tom and Debbie are really pumped about that.
excited.
Yeah, you've been a delight. I'm so excited you're here in St. Louis.
You just said I was a negative black lady.
Oh,
That's what
well, you were
just
up for a
said.
role as one.
You
I thought.
lied.
Oh no.
Don't you start? No, it's fine. No,
Okay.
I am a delight. You're
You
right.
are. I agree.
I'm a nuanced delight.
Yes, and your spirit is strong.
It is very strong.
Thank you. I'm glad we could talk about that.
Yes, I have the spirit of a, what is it? Of a white man
Oh, I'm listening.
wears
Ooh.
flip-flops on the train in New York with shorts.
You
In
heard
the-
it
Five
here
stars.
first.
in the winter.
In the winter. That's right.
Confident.
And expects everybody to get out of his way. All right, let's do some fair or foul to finish up the show.
Travis,
It's time for the people's fair.
Was there supposed to be more to that?
Or foul.
At this defining
Flip that, please.
change has come to America.
People often
Big with
ask
the
me,
dramatic pause.
what's fair or
Very
foul?
dramatic pause.
Is it a segment?
That was
Is it
8.5
a
months
movement?
pregnant pause.
Is it hope?
Yes.
I can't say for certain. Time will be a true test of its power. But I can say, Fair or Foul is now and forever for the people. Gather around the radio with your loved ones and hold on to your butts. It's now time for Fair
We give it back to you, the people.
or Foul.
That's how the audience will be laughing tonight at Marvelous Mrs. Mia.
That's right. Come out 8 o'clock. We got an appetizer buffet for you starting at 7. Get tickets online at MetroTix.
Mia,
I'm
did you
excited.
get your
I'll
outfit
be-
for the show tonight? Did you get your theme?
did.
Your
She
themed
did.
outfit?
baby.
Oh, there's a whole story with it. Guys, we asked you about calling into news stations in the middle of a storm. Fair. How else am I going to know when to head outside and live stream a cow, a man in the bathtub scrubbing his back, and a lady on a bicycle swirling through the air? Wait. If this happens during Game 7, Steve Templeton is going to meet a right hook with a roll of quarters nestled in it. Guess I better get Brown and Crouppen on the line just in case. Okay, foul. That's from TT's Pink Eye.
A lot of local references.
That was a really local reference. From our friend in Jefferson City. Fair. A news report interrupted my show last night showing all kinds of debris and objects being blown down the steps of the Capitol here in Missouri. I thought it would be fitting to name the storm Tornado Greitens. That was the governor here that got kicked out of office for an affair thing. It's this whole crazy thing. It was national news. Yeah, we'll get into it more. Not because of the shot of the steps, but because a lot of the people were taking pictures of stuff that was about to get wrecked.
Oh.
Dang.
Even if I have to throw you down the steps of the Capitol myself.
From our friend Danny Boy. Okay, all right, guys. I'd like to apologize for my uncle in Afton. He's went on several tirades recently and will not be attending any of the Stanley Cup Finals due to probationary steps. Guys, that'll do it. That's from Danny Boy for 3 different submissions. Gardner, do you have a vote?
Give me the first one.
That was TT's Pink Eye.
Yep.
Tommy?
I like the one about Greitens.
Greitens. How about you, Travis?
TT's Pink Eye.
I'm going with TT's Pink Eyes. 2 tickets to tonight's show. Look out, everybody. We've got a full schedule for tonight. It's going to be a good time.
From 1 to 10, how much did you understand those references?
0.
0.
Mm-hmm. Saw that.
0.
Saw that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been an absolute blast. Gardner, you got something before we get out of here?
I was going to say with the Greitens thing, I did think about a curse with Jefferson City just because they have the tornadoes and bad weather that goes through there. The day of, news reports coming out that Greitens could be eyeing a run for the U.S. Senate in the year 2022.
He's a guy who used to hang out with Obama at the White House. He was a Rhodes Scholar, a Navy SEAL, and he's a Jewish dude from St. Louis who decided to flip to Republican when he realized you could play a character and shoot a machine gun in a commercial.
Yeah, he was shooting machine guns in commercials, man.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
This is a real person?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There'll be Tom Cruise would play him in a movie for sure. Yeah. Just like an extreme.
He was a real person. He was our governor.
Yeah, he was. And he was disgraced, removed from office. And he'll be back. I guarantee it. Good stuff today, everybody. Huge thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to Mia. So glad to have you back in St. Louis, Mia.
Thanks, Chris.
That's right. Come see her tonight. Cannot stress it enough. We're going to have an absolute blast.
Cool.
It's going to be fun. Tommy will be taking tickets.
I'll be in a
in
suit.
there. Having a good time. Guys, it's Chris, and we're back tomorrow live at 8 a.m. We've got Sam Morrell on the show tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Bye, Mia. Peace.